Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Oh my goodness.
you
I'm
know,
just
there's
gonna
just a,
make sure I'm up and running. That's good. I am. Sweet.
there's like a 7 second delay between what you and I are seeing compared to what they are seeing.
Okay.
So we can say things and you can edit it.
Hi to everybody out there in Cyberland.
Hi,
Hope you all are doing good. I'm Kelly.
Scott, and as you can see in the corner, which I still haven't, after all these months, I
There we
still
go.
can't tell
Yes,
my right from my left because my
that's
camera's
Scott.
yes. I gotta learn to think the other way.
All right, there you go. I'm introduced. Oh, good Lord. I'm gonna turn up my volume so I can hear you. There we go. How's it going with you?
Good. I'm mess of everything, but I'm okay. I'm fine. So I've got this is my hotel weekend, and this is also a short weekend. Oh, yay.
Oh, it's a short weekend, you said?
Yeah, only 2 weeks. So next week I'll be on my way home.
Okay. I was just making sure I wasn't showing showing
And
anybody my goodies for the playback.
I'm
Oh, good Lord. It's
if I
been a week.
I'm not sure how or if I should respond to that.
Well, it's been a week. How about your week? Has it been good?
Um, well, it was last week was actually an expensive week, but a fun week. I was in Madison. Last week I bought 2 bicycles, and that was around $800.
Why'd you
And
buy two bikes?
well, I bought one. This is actually a funny story. I got a friend who works at a few months ago. I rescued a bicycle from the scrapyard, and the only thing wrong with it was the chain was off the gears. I got a
Okay,
friend that I got a friend in Madison who runs a bike shop.
that's better.
So I took it down to him to see about exchanging that bike for one that fit me because the one I got was too tall. So they had a smaller bike, a nice good old Schwinn 10 speed with the ram handlebars and stuff. A nice 80s bicycle that old people like me like because it's nostalgic. And we remember how better we were in the 80s. I had hair back then and everything else. So I got the bike and I want to see about taking it on the road with me. And the mechanic said, well, it's given its size, I don't want to have to drill holes in the truck so you can hang it and things like that. So he recommended buying a travel bike, one of those that fold in half. So I went to Gander Mountain. $300 later, I got a folding bicycle. So I've got a traveling bike and a home bike.
Oh, okay.
And while I was
Oh,
in,
okay. So are they
what?
both nice?
Yes, they are.
Are they?
And yes, they're quite good. So it's I've been out a few times on them, and it feels good to get out and ride. It's like
I bet it does.
I can only do 20 minutes at a time though because I'm 60 years old and out of shape, but I'm getting better.
Oh, wow.
And
Nice.
and I was also up when I was in Madison. I was at a place called the Burr Oaks, a really nice place, just off of Washington Avenue when you come into town off of Interstate 39, and you head towards the Capitol. Really nice place. And I performed comedy at the open mic.
Okay.
First time in 30 some nearly 40 years I'm up on the stage.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. You were
Yes.
doing good.
Yeah. Could you hear all of it?
I saw a little bit of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were pretty good.
It was nice. And afterwards I got done, I was invited to come down to perform at 2 other comedy places. So I'm talking to my manager Lenny, and he's
Yeah.
gonna see about actually he's gonna see about putting a tour that doesn't include weird places. which is going to be kind of odd for him because Lenny is the kind of manager who is not picky. 10% of anything is 10%. So
Is that what it is? Yeah.
that's what it is with Lenny. And the good news is nobody threw anything because I was only on stage for like 6 minutes. Didn't have time to get organized and gather stuff, so that was good. And I'm writing more routines and expanding my expanding things.
Oh,
Are you
cool.
okay? You're really distracted.
Sit.
I am sitting. I am
Good
sitting.
girl.
I'm not a girl. I'm sitting right here. I'm right here on the couch, and I'm not a girl.
Okay. That was Cass Marie.
Yes. Hey, Cass.
They're saying hi. You want to say hi back? Look at the white light. What?
Ah.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, it's been a week from HELL.
Oh no.
But it's the weekend, so that's even better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the weekend is always good.
Yeah. Well, Monday was a very interesting day. My internet went down.
Oh no. Where'd it go down to?
Yeah. So I replaced the modem. And then Tuesday, I had the same problem. And they're like, you know what? We gotta get we gotta get somebody out there to help you out and go from there. And I'm like, really? Yeah, you need a maintenance crew. And they work 24 hours. I'm like, so and he says, well, yeah, don't be surprised if at 10 o'clock at night, between 10 and 2 o'clock, they usually come in late at night. And I'm thinking, why are you going to come at 10 o'clock at night, between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the morning? And it's like, whatever. And then, of course, the lady that calls and says, well, there's a maintenance order, because the guy comes on Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. And he says, well, everything is fine except your line. And I'm like, well, you can't do that? No, that's the bucket. They'll bring a bucket. I'm like, what are you talking about, a bucket? So later on, he tells me that, and then I get a phone call saying that, oh yeah, you have between 24 and 48 hours that they're going to come and fix it. So Wednesday morning, at I think 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning,
Okay.
there's a bucket. There's a truck that's that says the cable company out there, right?
Right.
And I'm like, okay, but you're parked somewhere else. I'm like, why aren't you parked over by me? I mean, I'm having the issues. They're probably not having issues, but after that, I had to reset my router, and everything's been good since then.
Okay.
So, been a long freaking week.
All right.
So, the one thing I will tell you though is that I feel bad. I really do. Because this book that I'm reading, I'll show you guys what I'm currently reading for my mid-year resolution.
Okay.
Is this book right here?
It looks rather thin.
Well, this is the jacket.
Oh, okay. So that's like a pamphlet rather than a book.
So
what is it called?
It's called The Winner.
Okay. Who's it by?
David Baldacci. So basically, Luann Tyler. It opens up with Luann Tyler. She's, I hate saying this, but I'm going to say it. Trailer trash.
The character.
Yeah, the character's trailer trash. Her mother passed away. She had a very bad upbringing, and She is involved with this guy called Dwayne, and he's a nothing. He is a nobody. I mean,
Okay.
I'm sure he's very good looking, but he's got nothing going for him. He's got no job. He's always dependent upon her, and and that's it. It's like you're damn good looking, but you're a loser. All right, not a problem.
Oh,
So anyway, Luann has this job at a diner. She has no driver's license. She has really no identity. Period. And then um, this guy called Jackson, he gives her a job. Basically, he gives her a job of winning the state lottery of $50 million,
wow.
right? And he says, well, all you have to do is just uh, follow all my instructions, and you're going to be set for life. You will be set for life. In the meantime, since she has a bad, she doesn't, I mean, she's a nobody to begin with, but when she comes back, um, because after she wins the money, she actually has to pay for uh, pay for a ticket to get to where she needs to go, so that she can go to New York to claim her prize. Blah blah blah. So anyway, she finds out that her other half, Dwayne, is involved in drugs, and basically a drug cartel that went bad. So when she goes
Okay.
into the when she goes back to the mobile home, she she finds out that Dwayne is dead, and then the person that killed him is still in the house, and she kills him out of self-defense. She takes the money that the drug deal went bad, and tells Mr. Jackson, "Oh, I can afford this now. I can." How did you come up with the money? Oh, a dead relative.
It's always a dead
Yeah,
relative.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. So she gets all this stuff done, and then he gives it. She, it's kind of like the movie. I actually watched it last night. It's kind of like the movie with Nicolas Cage in it, and I forget what her name is. Bridget Fonda winning that $1 million.
Oh, okay.
What would you do, or not? What would you do? But if I forget the cop and the waitress that won, the $4 million, and Nicolas Cage, or Charlie, the person that he played, gave her a $2 million tip. So what happens is that in this book is that she goes and does her thing, and the one bad part about it is that the ticket, for the train that she goes on, she gives her real name. That's a no. That's bad, because Jackson gave her a fake name that she will continue to live with.
As
Uh,
long as she remembers it.
right. So she's got the fake identity. She's got the fake social security card. Blah blah blah. She's got a whole history and how she got the
Hmm.
money. Because the $50 million is going to compound year by year by year. So at this time, 10 years later, she has well over $500 million.
Okay.
So it's very good. It's very good. And right now, there's a
What
reporter
is?
on her ass big time, because he wants to know, because in the past 10 years, every one of them has either been, the winners are either dead, or everything is legit, but this is the one
Yeah.
person that's not legit, because the one lady, Luann, took over another person's identity, and she's like, well, how did this person get this much money? And of course, she's got the back history saying, well, yeah, my husband was a tycoon. He made lots and lots of money, and she inherited, all that because she's a widow now, right? So the reporter went under disguise,
Yeah.
and because she's in a beautiful mansion right now. I forget what country she came from, but she came back to the United States, and the reporter, is like, well, waving her down because she's in a nice black SUV or something, or sedan, and
Yeah.
he's waving her down like this, hello, and all of a sudden, she's rolling down her window, and he's like, "Can I help you?" And the guy is like, "Yeah, I'm
Can you
looking
do
for,
me a favor?
huh?
Show me how he was waving her down again.
What?
Show me how he was waving her down again. Okay, because you were doing some pretty interesting things with your arms. So it
Yeah,
looked
I
kind
know
of
what
neat.
it was doing.
What?
You don't have to ask me what. I know what I was doing. I caught myself on camera I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, come on.
Every guy, I swear, every man is the same. Every man is the
We have a
same. It
club.
doesn't
We have a
matter.
club. And we
Huh?
get together. We have a club. We get together on Friday nights and we talk about
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
So
yeah.
and so you come
I
up at
believe
times.
it.
It's like, so
I
can you
believe it.
do? So yeah. So you're
I
part of the.
believe it.
Oh, good.
So anyway, continuing on, he waves her down, and then he does his thing, she does her thing, and the moment that he mentions Luann Tyler, she's like, and she's choking back. It's like, and that right there and then he knows who he's talking to. It's like, and then she just speeds, she just
Yeah.
speeds, right through the, through the gate, and just slams on the pedal, and goes right. In the meantime, the person that's taking care of the fence and all that stuff, he's doing all the surveying, the prospecting of what he needs, and the materials and the people that he's going to need, blah blah blah.
Yes.
And he is in a pickup truck, right? And
Right.
so he sees all this shit going on, right? And he's trying to, speed up in front of the guy that's tailing her big time. And these are some really nasty roads. In other words, dead man's curve kind of thing. So he speeds, Matthew Riggs is the surveyor guy that they hired to take care of all of this big time fence stuff. It's like the prison galore type thing. You can't do anything on this property because everything's being watched.
Yeah.
It's Fort Knox, big time.
Yes.
So, anyways, he speeds up in front of the Honda that the reporter's in, and starts slowing down so that it's safer for her, to escape. And in the meantime, the reporter is actually reaching across the side in the glove compartment to pick up his gun. I'm like, just for a freaking story? Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
But
there's
anyway, long story short, after she's safe and he gets banged up, his back bumper gets banged up by this person, and he gets out of the car, or he gets out of the truck, to see what's going on, or why the hell are you chasing her? And the moment that he's pulling his gun, it's like, dude, why are you doing this? And it's, he just, he goes back and forth. He tries to just literally disconnect the two cars because they're immersed already. They're attached because of how much he was ramming the back of the pickup truck.
Okay.
So last but not least, Luann comes back to the household, and when Matthew Riggs, because he was surveying the land to see, what he needed, goes up to the main house where Charlie, he goes to the intercom and talks to Charlie. Charlie is the guy that helped her, basically he is family now because, he's been there for her and with her through thick and thin. So he answers the door and says, well, yeah, who are you, blah, blah, blah. And he says, well, this is what happened. And that's when Luann shows up. Or, I'm sorry, Catherine shows up. Her new identity. And he goes out to her and says, are you okay, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm fine. He says, well, because I'm the one that helped stop that maniac from killing you. I don't know what you're talking about because nothing happened. I went out for my morning drive and I don't know what you're talking about. And who are you? Because I mean, it's kind of odd that you're asking me these questions. I don't even know who you are. Well, I'm the guy that's taking care of all the fencing and stuff so that you can be in your private
That she
home.
just drove through. Yes.
Huh?
That she just drove through.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he says, well, that's what I'm doing. She says, well, you know what? Then I suggest, because she is, one of these pompous bitches that are like high and mighty because she has billions, millions galore. And it's like, yes, ma'am. Well, I suggest you keep track of what you're doing here versus asking me questions about what I'm doing. I'm like, damn, I'm just trying to save your life, bitch. Wow.
Well, some people.
And then of course later on, Charlie asks her what really went on, and then later on he goes into town with her daughter Lisa, which is now 10 years old, and goes into town because she's going to school for doing a test, and he is checking the main people in the town to see who this person really was. In the meantime, she's taking a ride with the horse, and she's going to this one guy, that's taking care of the house, doing all this stuff for the house, making a Fort Knox. And she goes to the house, kind of enters in without warning. And he has a shotgun, right? And she has a pistol, right? And she's like, yes. Well, I was just checking around. Well, it's kind of, a broken law that you just did. She says, well, the door was open. Yeah, and that's why normal people would walk in the front door versus what you just did. And she couldn't, retort that. So, and she says, well, I just wanted to let you know I'm sorry about what happened this morning. It's like, well, I was just doing what any good Samaritan would be doing. It's like he was on your tail big time, and he didn't care. He didn't care. And then she's like, well, thank you. I appreciate what you did. Well, why was he doing that? And she's like, well, that I really don't want to discuss it. I really don't. And he kept on pressing about it. It's like, you know what? I'd rather leave it alone. We'll take care of it. So that's where I'm in right now with the book. And yeah. And honestly, so far with the other book, I got to get it quick. With the other book, this one, Red Dragon.
Okay. Yes.
The first book of Silence of the Lambs. The Red Dragon book movie was wonderful. It's one of the first movies I've actually watched in a long time. I watched from beginning to end without
Oh, okay.
stop. Seriously, there's not many movies that I will keep. It will keep my interest. It really won't. But that movie, yeah, yeah. I mean, it was made. When was it made? I think 2012, 2002.
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna check quick. IMBD.
Well, it's also movie day for me. I picked up I picked up the latest Fast and Furious movie, F9. So I'm gonna watch that this afternoon.
Oh, okay. What is it called?
F9.
What does
It's
that mean?
it's the ninth movie in the Fast and Furious series,
Oh,
and they have one more movie to go, and they're gonna wrap everything up.
all right. Well, that'll be fun for you.
It will be. I got it. Oh, I've got all the other movies, and they're basically popcorn films, anyways. They're not. I don't expect anything really real something from them. It's not Shakespeare. So.
Okay. Well, this is the movie that I was talking about. Share screen.
Ah, oh, it's too small. Too small. Too small. I'm stuck. Crap. Crap.
That's the movie I'm talking about.
Yes. Yes.
Oops, hold on a second. Hold on. Maybe we can. I'm going to have to unshare quick.
What are you trying to do?
Stop share. Hold on. I'm going to stop share. I'm going to reshare. System audio. Share.
Red Dragon is a suspenseful masterpiece.
Hold on.
It boasts the group of acting talent, all at the top of their game.
You're trying to play the trailer.
Dragon is mesmerizing from the very first frame. Brilliant. As thrilling as the silence of the lambs. Red Dragon, rated R.
Oh, really? No. We can do a little bit better than that.
What are you gonna be playing movie trailers?
Your average butler.
Am I gonna what?
Are you gonna be playing movie trailers?
Now, Ellen Pennyworth series.
No, I'm sharing the.
Joker. Maybe it's time we all stop trying to outsmart the
Come on,
truth
you.
and let it stay.
There we go.
Alan Napier played the first Pennyworth in Batman. The
Hold
series
on.
starring Adam West.
I'm trying.
It's not. It's like, okay.
There we go.
Red Dragon is a suspenseful masterpiece. It boasts the cream of the crop of acting talent, all at the top of their game. Red Dragon is mesmerizing from the very first frame. Brilliant. As thrilling as the silence of the lambs. Red Dragon.
There we go.
Okay.
All right. You don't sound too impressed, so.
I was just surprised you're gonna be showing a trailer.
Pennyworth is not your average butler. As Batman's
Something to
Why is that?
Because you have to add it to your video description.
I didn't know I would. Okay, well, then I'll add it to my video description.
No, Red Dragon is a trademark. Red Dragon is a copyright. Is a production of this movie company. You have to, since you used it, you have to give credit to them for using it. Same thing for the other clips you inadvertently showed.
I have to what?
You can't just play a clip of a movie. You have to now, in the description, type up that Red Dragon is the production of, I don't remember the film company. You have to give credit to that one.
That's fine. It's no different than APA formatting.
Right. So these are things that, you should make notes of to yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
Scott.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Just like in any other production that I do, like for instance, when I do any type of vlogging, I put on any type of referencing and of getting the material where I get it from. That's what I do on a regular basis.
It just was a surprise.
Is that a good surprise or a bad surprise?
I haven't decided yet.
Well, when you decide, you let me know.
I shall. So.
It sounds like you don't really care for those types of movies, so.
No, I don't care for those types of surprises. It's like, okay, we're doing movie clips now. Yay! So.
Well, I thought that if I showed a movie clip, it would bring more realism to it.
It does, and it's nice that you did. I mean, those are good movies, but now these are things that you have to add to stuff at the video.
I don't mind doing that, Scott.
All right. Well, these are things.
I really don't mind doing that at all. I mean, I do that with my vlogs on a regular basis. I add the video clips to that. I add the references and where I got the material from so that they're credited for that. It's no different than APA formatting.
Excuse me. I'm good. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay.
And it sounds like you don't like that. That's my opinion.
Well, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that it was something that came out of the blue, and I just want to help make sure that you're doing the right thing, and you are. So that's great. So.
Yeah. I mean, if you've seen any recent vlogging that I've done, any type of B-roll that I add to my vlogs, I will add a reference to where I got that material from.
Well, that's good. So, how is the book?
The book is outstanding so far. The book, when I first started reading it, the very first part of the movie is not in there.
Okay.
It's not. They somewhat reference the first chapter of the book. Actually, not the first chapter. It would be the second chapter that they reference the first part of the book in a different way. Actually, no. I'm going to rewind. They do not reference the first part of the movie at all, because what they do, in fact, there's another section of the movie where Graham is talking to, I forget what his name is. Graham is talking to the lead detective and Crawford. Yeah. Graham is because Crawford came to his house in the Florida Keys because right now he's taking care of engine repairs on boats, right?
Yeah.
So what happens is that Crawford's coming over to Graham because Graham got stabbed. In the movie, Graham gets stabbed by Hannibal Lecter for finding out, last but not least, what Hannibal Lecter did. And now Hannibal Lecter is locked up in an asylum, right?
Yeah.
So Crawford's coming out to speak with Graham because he's an ace. He's an ace. Even as a consultant, that has nothing to do with this. He's just consulting on the project. He's the only one that can actually, take this guy down, this new guy, because this new guy killed 2 families already.
Okay.
So what happens is that, he has to think about it, and Graham has to think about it, because it's like, well, this is going to really kill us big time with our family. He's talking to his wife, and she's, just debating back and forth. It's like, well, why do you have to do this? Why do you have to do this? It's like, well, I'm not going to be involved. I'm just going to be a consultant on the case. I'm not going to be in the field or anything like that. And it's like, well, do I have a choice? Yeah. You gonna do it anyway? Yeah. So anyway, long story short, it's the book is depicted in a different way than the movie was, meaning that the book has a little bit less than the movie so far.
That's unusual. Usually, books are more informative than the movie versions.
Because because I was thinking it would have an epilogue to it,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't. Because it starts out with Will Graham sat Crawford down at the picnic table between the house and the ocean and gave him a glass of iced tea. That's after Graham suffered a side cut on his left lower torso, or left lower quadrant.
Stomach.
Huh?
Around the side.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's, and that's what he got from Hannibal Lecter. And in the movie, that's what that's what was depicted. And in the book, it's right. Right at that point, it's giving the title Red Dragon.
Yes.
And after that, it pans into that scenery from where the Keys in Florida. So it goes from that point on.
All right.
So
Did you ever
that's the major difference right now.
Did you ever find information on the TV series Hannibal?
I've seen it at the
Okay.
library. Yes.
Yes. All right. Oh, they got the series. Neat.
Yeah, they have a series.
It was.
I wasn't sure if I want to watch the series or not.
It is very well written. The actor who plays. I gotta stop looking at myself when I do this stuff.
Right here. This is the body language and the interest that I was looking for back when I even started doing the video or doing the clip of the video.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for.
Oh, you're looking for me to move my hands? No, but but the actor who plays Hannibal, he usually, when you see him, he tends to play faceless thugs or minor characters. But in this role, it's really good because he underplays the character.
Okay.
So I think you will like it. It's really well written.
Well, that's good.
It's not.
I'm surprised that they couldn't get Anthony Hopkins to play Hannibal.
Not to do TV. The closest he does to TV would be like when he did Westworld. He doesn't. He's he's an actor who doesn't do weekly shows.
I'm just surprised. I'm really
Well,
surprised.
it's hard. A weekly show is hard. A daytime drama is even worse when it comes to production schedule. So
I don't
that's
know.
the difference. When daytime drama, they gotta film. They have like a day or 2 days to film an entire week's worth of stuff.
Okay.
So each show is like a half hour, 24 pages, 24 pages long, 24 minutes. And you've got to film your Monday through Friday in like 2 days. So you can do all the editing and stuff. So that's a lot of work for a daytime drama. then doing weekly shows, you've got several days for stuff, and it finally gets you to where it's a lot of work. Movies, you've got months to film your things, and you don't need to be on set for only your movie production schedule about 2-3 months, and you don't need to be on set for anything, just for your scenes. Whereas when you're doing television, you have to be there because you're right there. You come in at certain moments. You can't. It's like, okay, I'll be in later. Daytime dramas, they're put through the ringer for their stuff, and if you look how much screen time the actors get, it's a rough schedule.
Yeah. Well, I actually last night last night I was actually watching the rest of Tootsie.
Oh, that's good.
I'm not going to do a clip on it.
No, Dustin Hoffman, that was one of his better roles.
Did you hear me? I'm not going to do a clip on it.
I heard. So
good. So yeah, so I'm kind of upset with me because I haven't gotten through that New Year's resolution yet. I have. What page am I on with this book? I'm on 254, on chapter 29. The good thing about this book, though, it has short chapters. It does.
Okay. Now, why is this your New Year's resolution?
My mid-year's resolution?
Yeah, your mid-year's resolution.
Why is it that?
Yes.
Well, for one, it's my physical TBR. For two, it's because I started it in July, and it's my mid-year's resolution. Normally people would have just a regular New Year's resolution. I'm not like regular people. Not at all. I am.
All right.
Billy, I appreciate your honesty. I hope to God you don't have it all night.
Well, at least they're warm. It's not like it's wet. If it was a wet fart, then you got a problem.
Well, I'm glad you don't have to go to work. Because heaven forbid you'd actually have some spicy. Hey, you know what? Why don't you send me an email and you can come to the link? You can be a badass online.
They're inviting Billy to join us.
Yeah, why not?
After that,
I'm not afraid of it or them.
Okay. Put them on.
What? You don't want to? I mean, if they have the audacity to put that stuff online, bring it. Bring it. I would love to see it.
See, if I agree with everything you say, then this isn't fun. So, once in a while I got to be contrary.
Well, oh, did you leave? Oh, Billy, come on, Billy.
Maybe he had to go. Maybe his diarrhea was calling and he couldn't take us with.
Spicy farts. Well,
spicy.
Those tend to be really.
Should we try to guess? Should we try to guess which restaurant he was eating in?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna see if I can find him.
Ooh, I have an idea. Why don't you make it a contest of guess what he was eating, or even guess what he was eating?
Well, I would think he would be a hot enchilada.
Well, could be.
It would be fun, kind of fun. I mean, it would hurt my asshole.
Right. I mean, that's probably one of the nicer ways. So, what do you have in your hand?
Well, maybe he has.
Okay.
Maybe he has irritable bowel syndrome. You know what I mean?
Well, if it's bubble guts, he's got a lot of churning and noise going on, so it's.
I'm just kind of curious.
Now
Billy,
I'm actually worried for the poor man now.
are you? I'm gonna check him out.
I'm gonna check him.
I'm gonna check who out this guy and see who he is. Why not? Heck, it's not gonna hurt me any. Come on, YouTube work. There we go. Yep. I think he left.
Well, he left in a well. He
Oh, you've got 29 subscribers, Mr. Billy. I'm kind of curious of what kind of content he usually puts up. Oh, is that it? Really? You don't put anything up.
Well, he's busy. He's busy in the men's room right now. You know, he's probably can't. You can't put content on while you're
Wow,
busy.
dude. Wow, you really don't put much up at all. Anyway, hi. Well, it was nice chatting about Billy for a little bit.
Yeah, it's a nice diversion. I'm glad we're not ending on
Yeah, it was a nice diversion. Well, anyway, what was I talking about?
Hannibal Lecter.
Oh gosh. Hannibal can't what?
You're talking about Hannibal Lecter.
Oh yeah. No, I was talking about the winner.
Oh.
I was talking about the winner, and I was feeling bad that I didn't get far enough in the book because my mid-year's resolution. That's what I was talking about.
Oh yes.
And I started my mid-year's resolution in July, and a lot of people do a New Year's resolution. I did a mid-year's resolution because it started half in the year, and I wanted to start a goal of doing or reading the books on my physical TBR. I have over 100 books,
Oh, okay.
including series. You know what
All
I mean?
right. Yeah.
So, yes. Now remind me about you regarding books. Remind me, what is a book you will not read?
A book I will not read.
A type of book you will not read.
I'm really not sure. It's like it depends on the story. You know, like I mean, I've even read cookbooks. It's like it depends on the mood, it depends on the story. There's not really much in the way of genre. I've read romance. I've read Harlequin. I've never understood the whole Harlequin thing as to why they became popular like they did. But there are whole sections. What?
You don't like romance?
Well, no. But the thing I didn't mind Harlequin, but just with Harlequin, it was all formula. But the thing about the Harlequin novels is that they're short. You can get through them in a couple hours. But the one thing that really struck me about those novels is you go into a used bookstore, and there would be whole shelves of Harlequin romance novels. People would buy these things, they'd go through them, they'd buy like stacks of them. And just pretty much every known title to man would be on the shelf in some places. And I'm talking like just I'm talking like a whole six shelf bookshelf full of Harlequin romance. It's like I never understood, the huge fascination with buying them and not keeping them. But they were interesting to read. Some of them were well written. I don't mind those. Mysteries are good. Horror is okay. I'm not big on the bucket of blood horror movies. I like good psychological films, psychological horror movies. Those are good. I liked the first Alien movie. I liked the first Halloween, the first Nightmare on Elm Street. Those were great movies. The sequels, they were good, but they didn't have the same feeling to them as the originals did. Some of them became sillier as the series went on. Some did not. But with books, it just depends on my mood. So I don't really have, right now I'm kind of between books. The next book I'm waiting for will not be released until the 12th of this month. So I got a few days to wait.
Your next book. So what are you're reading Harlequin in 12 days?
No, I read Harlequin way back in the 90s. No, I'm reading the 61, 62 book series. And the next book doesn't come out till next month, till the 12th of this month.
Okay.
So, but I mean, I've got a bunch of books on PDF and text that I'm running through a speech program that I listen to while I drive. So that's that's what I have currently this time.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's my taste is somewhat eclectic, although I find it harder to stay focused with some books after a while. I mean, the Harry Potter books. I'm gonna make a lot of people unhappy, and I don't care. But those books bore the heck out of me because they're slow, ponderous, and I can't get into them. I've got them. I've got the movies, but it's something that if it's on or it's there, I'll deal with it, but I won't go out of my way for it. I've even the Star Wars movies have kind of fallen out of favor with me.
Yeah, there's some books that I don't like either. I'm getting to the point where I can read like a sentence or a paragraph up to a couple chapters, and then no, I'm not going to waste my time doing it. But yeah, so the one goal in mind that I did have, and the reason why it's a mid-year's resolution, is because it happened at the half point of the year, and I wanted to tackle a lot of my physical books that I have in the house. I really do. That's one big goal of mine. Secondly, the books that I get from the library,
Yes.
and I can't read. I mean, I can read, but I don't have the time to read or invest in it. I actually put a number of different indexes or itemized titles
Okay.
of what I want to go get back from the library. Not only that, but last night I'm getting 2 more books from Book of the Month, and also whatever books that that the library doesn't have, I get from the Book of the Month Club, because it's like, well, heck, why not?
Yeah.
So the books that they do have, I just put my label on there, Book of the Month, TBR. Well, done.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
It's a way of saving money.
So you're still doing the book club things?
Yeah, I have 3 book clubs that I'm a part of.
Oh, okay.
I do literati,
Okay.
the Titan literati, meaning that you get 5 book selections every single month, or suggestions every single month. And out of those 5, you can keep all 5 and save, 5%. It's cheaper than Amazon. It's cheaper than retail. But usually if I'm interested in the book and the library doesn't have it, I get it. But if the library has it, it's going to go on my library TBR for that membership. Secondly, I have the adult literati membership, meaning that there's, I think, 13 different luminaries that pick, different books every single month, and I think it's like $200 some a year. After this year, I'm not doing it no more, because it's not worth it, in my opinion. But every single one it's a brand new book.
Right, that's like I subscribed to Scribe a while back. cribd.com. And it was neat to find
Yeah.
books and stuff and a few things. But it's like, oh, you can download them. Well, you don't actually download them. It downloads to its own cloud server, and to me, it got to be like I have trouble reading. I have trouble reading on a wee little phone, and I preferred actual book, good old paper and stuff to rifle through. And after a few months, I dropped that because it just wasn't something I was really getting into. It was great to have access to all this great stuff, but it's not unless I want to print out a 400-page book. Scribe was nice for a while. I'm thinking of doing audible.com pretty soon.
Yeah, I have both of them. I bought a year for both of them. I have Scribed and I have Audible. And the one thing I like about Audible is that the books that you get, you keep. Number one. One thing I like about Scribed is that you can have it on many devices. Number one, you could have it on your phone. You could have it on your little computer. It's a tablet, but I call it a little computer. Or you could have it on I think you can have it on your desktop too.
Yeah.
But you can do audio, and you can also read, read you can read the word. You can read the word.
I'm just not a fan of reading on an electronic device. I prefer to see, even with, I sit down with a newspaper or a book. I had a discussion with a guy about the games and stuff, and he's talking about how he's having trouble organizing his work. And I said, buy a notebook. He's like, I had one before. It was crap. It didn't work. Didn't do this. I gave it to a friend of mine. I'm like, wait, we're talking about two different notebooks. I'm talking like a 70-page college rule thing. He's like, paper? You're talking about paper? How old are you? I'm 60. Well, yeah. No. It's like a monster. It's like, fire, paper. He's like, I can't write stuff down. That's too much work. I'm like, what? Well, I got to write it down. I got to type it up. I said, well, it's more therapeutic to sit and write, because you can't always be in front of your computer when an idea hits you. You grab your notebook, you scribble things down. But he's like, it's too much work. I got to go. Click.
Oh, I hear ya. I have all versions basically. I have whatchamacallit. I have a Kindle. I have a little computer. I have the physical book.
Yeah.
I have and actually have to return books back today. And I'm thinking, well, gee, heck, I'm gonna, the problem with things for free is that you have way too many selections. And the problem with many apps, in other words, applications for your phone or your computer or whatever, there's too many options. And your mind gets boggled by all these options. So I'm going to take a lot of these books back, and because all they're doing is taking up space, number one, and I would most likely put them back on a TBR for me for later on, because it's like there's only so much you can read in a day, period. And I usually read about between 2 and 4 books a month, whether it be electronic, audio, or the old-fashioned way.
Well, I had seriously thought of getting a subscription to Stitch Fix.
What's Stitch Fix?
It's a clothing thing. You sign up every few months that you say, I like, jackets, shirts. I like these colors. I like pants. I like slacks. You pick it's a wardrobe. You pick out the clothes you like. Then you get a subscription package, and you say every month, 2 months, quarterly, biannually, they send you a packet of clothes based on what your choices are. And you can sit down and say, I want to keep this. I want to send this stuff back. I talked to a friend of mine about it. It's like, no. We're gonna set your wardrobe up. We're gonna take you to thrift stores. So I've been to various thrift stores over the last month and a half, and I've had help picking out clothes. Which is, to me, thrift stores are a unique experience, but
Yeah.
it's a lot cheaper than some of the. It's putting together a whole new wardrobe. So, yay.
Good girl.
Yeah, I'm getting help.
No?
So,
Sorry.
so I'm getting help, and that's I've got someone who can say, no, you don't wear stripes this way, then stripes this way. It doesn't work.
Very good. Very good. Other than that, that's what I got going on. After this, I'm going to go to the library with my baby girl.
Right after this, I'm going to order lunch and watch a movie.
Yeah, I got to take back some stuff to the library, including some of these books that I'm going to get back when I have the time to read them. Sit.
I'm getting lunch from Steak and Shake, the official sponsor of Horsepower Games.
The what?
I'm getting delivery from Steak and Shake.
Okay.
Yes.
That sounds good, actually. Can you please behave? Well, then here. No, you're not going to get a big bone right now. No. But anyway, that's what I had for today.
Okay, well, sounds like somebody's wanting your attention.
You're going to what?
It sounds like somebody wants your attention.
Yeah, she definitely does. Well, I'm going to call it a day.
All right.
So you have a terrific day. Oh, come on, Mouse, work for me. There we go.
You have a good one, everybody. Bye.
Well, again, thank you very much for joining Kellie Reviews live show Saturday. I broadcast this every single Saturday at 11 Central. So if you want to learn more about it, please put a comment in the chat. And if any one of you want to join the chat, me an email at kelliereviews@yahoo.com. Seriously, if you guys want to join the channel, and we can share, discuss whatever it might be. It could be politics, it could be book review, it could be movie review, it could be media review. Doesn't matter. Again, thank you guys for joining us today, and I hope to see you next week. Ta-ta till then. Bye.